Hey everyone, Tracy, and thanks so much for tuning in to my channel. Today I am coming back to you because I just wanted to talk to you guys about locks a little bit when it comes down to getting locks and stuff like that. What I'm noticing though is that how people is not so excited mainly about getting the locks. They more like excited about taking them out, like getting rid of them. And my thing is, um why? Like, okay, I see a lot of people, they asking questions and different things like that, but their main concern is how you get it off, how you take it off. Like, and that's what I wanted to come and talk to you guys about, because it's the way you making it sound like it's like as if it's just another type of style that you wear and you just get over, and when you get over it you take it down and switch to something else. Locks really is not, locks ain't that type of style, guys. I wanted to like let you all know that locks is not that type of style that you supposed to have and rock it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks and then get rid of it. It's not that type of a style. The type of style that locks is more like what they would call a lifestyle more than it is a hairstyle. But really it's both. Cause to me it's a hairstyle and I ain't gotta worry about doing shit to for the rest of my life if I choose to. Okay, so that's the reason why I said that it's both. Um, but as far as the way most people I hear talk about locks is like as if they braids or something. You know, you wear these box braids or whatever braids that you get put in your hair for a couple of weeks, then you take it down and go to something different. Locks is not that. That's the reason why um, when you go to take down a lock, it's very problematic. The hair that you see here is not what you're going to wind up with when you take all of it down. Then you're going to be upset and mad and want to know why it's like that. That's because your hair was put up for however long you kept those locks in without combing, without brushing it, without doing anything to the hair. So the hair is still growing from the roots, but a lot of this right here, it be depending on the type of lock that you got, is that's the hair. And what happens, all of that hair that you would usually comb out with a comb or brush out with a brush is all tied in here, making the length. Okay, this is what's really making your length, because if you think about it, when you go to wash your locks, for those that has locks, or you do anything to your locks, are you combing it to where you combing out the shed hairs? So this makes the shed hairs is what's making up a lot of this length. Okay, so what happens is when you get to combing them out, you're gonna notice that some people hair grew and some people hair it didn't. It's just about the same length it was when they started these locks, or the hair broke off because the way you took it down wasn't to where you saved the hair. And then you got some folks that just say forget it and just shave all of it off. See why I said that it's more of a lifestyle than it would be a hairstyle? Because the lifestyle is you're not supposed to be taking them down. When you locked up, that mean that was forever. But many like, no, I don't want to do this no more, and move on to something different. That's really what it is, guys. That's really what it is. That's why I said anybody that's out here and wanting to get locks, please do your research. Think about it. Is this something that you're going to want to have for the rest of your life? Or, like if it's a time limit to how long you want to keep the locks in, fine. Then you got to figure out, okay, now how is I'm going to take all of this down and keep the hair that I grew? Or, you got to think about those type of things, because it is something to think about. Because once again, locks is a lifestyle, not a hairstyle. So yeah, I just wanted to come in and add that tidbit to it, because once again, I noticed that people um, You know, they more worried about taking it down than they is wearing a hair, you know, or keeping the locks, wearing the locks. They worry about how to take it down. So I said, wait a minute. I said, I think people got the wrong idea of locks. When they go get locks, they looking at like it's some box braids or something, and it's not. Yeah, it looked like it, or and all of that. You can even do box braids to start it off, but it is not the same, because you could take those braids down and you'll have all your hair. Locks, you got to go about this a different way, and it's not the same. So if there's any questions um, about anything that I've talked about right here, put it in the comment section. I would like to know. Did I say something here that made you think twice? Or did I say something that still has got your mind on getting the locks, but you just know a little bit more? So it gives you something more to think about when you know, before you just jump right into it and do it. You know, but like I said, these are some things that um, we should think about. Like, if you're so worried about how to take it down, then you need to think about if this is really something for you. Okay. If you you know, then when it goes to the fact of um putting in locks, you know, what is your reason why you doing it? Is you doing it for a long time lifestyle type thing, or is you just doing it for something temporary and you're looking to get some good results out of it or something like that? Or maybe you are trying to achieve a goal. You know, I found people to lock their hair up for many different reasons. Whatever it is, that's good. And if you achieve these goals and accomplish these things, then that's great. You know, what are your reasons of why you want to lock your hair up? Because once again, locks is like a permanent way of doing your hair, to where you do not no longer have to do anything to it. I get up every morning, y'all. My hair is always, it's always a good hair day to me, because I don't have anything to do to my hair. The biggest thing I can do to my hair is get a little brush, and you see these little edges, how they all ball up, and do this. Now I want to try to get a good edge control. Well, not get a good edge control, but get the edge control that I usually would use, but I ran out. So this is what I have to deal with. And this is about all that I do, is just brush down my edges so I won't have the little bitty beads around the front part of my head. Okay, other than that, and then I might tie it up or something to lay it down. You know, put a little water to it. But even though that don't really work, but it does the trick, you know. It does what it do what it's gonna do. All right. But y'all, that's really it. Now, if I want to throw my hair up in a ponytail or flip it up in some type of bun or something, I can do that. And I do not have to deal with the roots. I just take the hair and just flip and flop and do whatever it is I'm going to do. Like I said, locks is a lifestyle. It's, if anything, it's way better. It's like having braids. I'm not going to lie. It's like having braids, but it's not, you don't have to worry about the takedown situation. These ends right here is everything. When they seal shut, then you know you are locked. If they don't seal shut, then you still got the possibility of that particular lock coming apart. All right. And then how long mine is, even though if some of mine is not all the way sealed shut, I still do not have to worry about them coming apart. I don't really have to. Even though I be thinking they don't come apart. But yeah, y'all, look at this. This is 7 years of growth and not worrying about taking it down or all of that kind of stuff. Look at this. Locks is a lifestyle, y'all. My hair ain't never been this long, loose or anything. If I didn't add hair to it, it never been this long. So, hey, why would I want to take my locks down? But yeah, that is just something to think about when it comes down to getting locks. That's one of the things to think about, is what you getting them for. If you is you getting them for the long term or the short term or the medium in between term, certain goals or whatever you're trying to achieve, and you want to have your hair locked. Is it for spiritual reasons? This is a thing to think about. Why are you locking? But if you locking for just a fad or fashion, I would get braids. That way, when you're tired of them, you can take them down and change it to whatever you want. Be specific about why you want the locks, what you want them for. Locks can be styled just like your regular loose hair can be, if you got the right person and tools to do it. All right, or you could do it yourself. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to come in and bring to you guys as a video. So if there's any questions about anything that was said in this video, leave it in the comment section and I'll get back with you about that. So until the next, peace and have a good day.